I replaced over 10 human roles in my advertising agency with AI agents in just about 90 days. In fact, that's helped me go from about $70,000 a month, give or take with 12 team members, down to 7 team members, 2 part-time, and making, as of last month, over $165,000. And I want to share with you today my failures in that process, learnings, and how you can possibly do the same. So one of the first things, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I mean, I've seen the rise of AI over the last few months. Everybody's been talking about it. And more specifically, I was looking at it from a business owner standpoint as of, well, if I don't want to be the one getting replaced by AI, well, how can I replace myself, and part of my team at least, with AI? And our team has already been AI enabled now for, I'd like to say, about 2 years. In 2023 was the first year where we started using ChatGPT at the time with GPT-3's model when it first came out in our copywriting process. So that was one of the first parts of the agency that we started using AI with, was copyright. But then as time went on, we started using AI in our creative process also. So meaning my editors, instead of spending hours doing, Photoshop work or Adobe Illustrator work or using Canva, we're now able to just prompt GPT's DALL-E model or Midjourney or Flux to create ad creatives, literally fully using AI and prompting, with no involvement from an actual Photoshop expert or something like this. So that was one of the second places in which we did it. The third one was then in deep research market reports. So using GPT's deep research market report features, we were able to get 50 to 100 page market reports for brand new customers that came in, that would then allow us to use this as context to then use AI to prompt it to write copy based on this market research report. So then it's okay, now we're starting to see that research automated, copywriting is pretty much automated. Our actual creative process also gets automated for anything on the static ad side. So it's we're getting into a point, or at least that's what I saw last year in 2024, that we were almost fully AI integrated. But there's still a few key points that we're missing that I really wanted to be able to further automate, which I feel we've been able to achieve those last few months. I'm gonna go right here and share with you my screen and kind of show you all of those agents which started off as custom GPTs and have now evolved into our own software, which literally this is the first time I'm ever talking about it right here on YouTube. The link is going to be in the description below, and you can already sign up for the waitlist. Our current ad engine clients and agency clients are getting access first dibs to this, but I'll get back to it in a second. So the GPTs that we made, which each replaced a core function or major task in our delivery process, were the following. The first one was a research agent. So we made an agent that allowed us again to create a market research report for any new client that came in and automate the onboarding process at the agency. Then an agent that would organize that and kind of separate the data from, there's 50 to 100 pages is a lot, to be honest. So we wouldn't just want to send that to a client. Clean this up essentially and allow this to present to a client on our side. Then we'd actually rework or create a whole new offer for clients based on this, because I was well, from whenever we've done research, then we've got everything that we need to put that into an actual offer. And chances are a lot of our clients think they got a good offers until they've actually tried to put a lot of money behind it on cold traffic. So major bottleneck that we've seen in our delivery process. So it's okay, let's make an agent to help with offers. Then of course, I mentioned it earlier, scripting assistance, so helping us write any sort of marketing assets like landing page copy, VSL scripts, ad scripts, name it. Now, static ads creator, once again, helping us transform research data and copywriting data into an actual static ad, fully done right here. Compliance checker, making sure that all of our assets that we do are always compliant with Meta or TikTok or YouTube's policies. Congruence validator, making sure that all of our marketing assets, or anything in the business for that matter, so looking at sales call recordings, looking at landing page copy, looking at ads copywriting, or even a static ad concept, to look, are those congruent? Are they talking to the same persona? Are they talking about the same desire? Are those aligned in their messaging? Funnel leak detector. So instead of having my media buyer or any sort of data strategist going into the account or looking at all of the pieces of data in a business and saying, well, if click-through rate's down, that's what it means, and here's how to fix it, and to relay this information back to our creative strategist as an example, that's now done automatically. So we got an agent that looks at all the data on any type of funnel that is for an online service-based business or e-commerce brand. So it can understand advertorials, listicles, VSLs, webinars, any book a call funnel, any lead magnet funnel. And then from there, it looks at funnel stats, but also ad stats, and tells you bottlenecks, how to fix them, and how to implement on it. Then a lot of our service-based businesses, it was about how can we also further help them make the most out of their leads by creating voice and text agents to help them set this up to convert more leads into booked appointments. And then finally, big gap that we had. I mean, if in the e-commerce space, post-purchase surveys and reviews are gold mines to sift through for research, well, in the service-based business space, that's the equivalent of looking through sales call recordings. So if you extract the transcripts of sales calls, you can actually find so much information about what prospects want and don't want, and how they've been burned before, and like their ideas about your business and how they viewed your offer when they came on the call. And like, you know, again, going back, is that congruent with your marketing messaging, or did they understand something else? And like, this huge win for us was to extract a lot of learnings from sales calls and send this back into your research agent. And now you got a flywheel. So everything works together. Every agent kind of worked together. So all custom GPTs that we built initially. So those allowed us to create a lot of leverage in our team, which is what really enabled us to cut down about 5 team members, give or take, and then 2 more. So like 7, give or take, right? Because the other 2 then went back to part-time, and prevented us, or in a good way, to have to hire out more team members as we scale to make this whole machine work. So give or take, you know, the suite of like agents slash custom GPTs was that first transformation that we went through in this AI powered era. And now we've been diligently working for the last couple of months on our own ad engine tool right here, which ad engine AI is essentially the way in which we call it right there. It's an AI powered demand generation engine that systematically transforms research into revenue without depending on algorithms, expensive teams, or hope-based marketing. So it's basically these put into our own custom software right here. So with that being said, again, this whole kind of tool and the way it works and why it works, and the way in which, you know, we've been wanting to build it, and like initial, you know, feedback from our beta users, all of it again is available if you go to tryadengine.com and just check out the page. You can also join the waitlist to be notified as soon as we make this available to the public. Honestly, probably going to be available to Ad Engine Inner Circle members only for the next couple of months, and then we'll see, you know, if we ever even release it to the public. But nonetheless, we'll be kind of notifying you of that if you want to check this out below. But overall, to give you the inner workings of all of this, I mean, making those custom chat GPTs, the cost investment in doing this was simply me to bring on a systems integrator, which I had part-time, which we now have full-time, as I strongly believe that agencies are leaning more into a hybrid between SaaS and done for you. So we're like kind of slowly moving into this SaaS, like bona fide SaaS model, if that makes sense. And so systems are becoming incredibly important, and hence why I brought in a full-time systems integrator, which is running us up to, and I'm not going to disclose exact numbers, but let's just say roughly about 6 figures a year of compensation for that. That said, it took us about 2 months to build this out. So let's just assume in time, we're talking about $15,000 to $16,000 in time invested into building out the first version of this infrastructure. Then we ended up building our database with an AI engineer first. So to kind of bring all of our knowledge, all of our SOPs, all of our Slack transcripts, and all of our actual custom GPTs into a database, that costed us another $6,000. So roughly now we're talking about, give or take, $21,000 to $22,000 in costs that were deep into this. Then it's bringing all of this into an actual front end, which is costing us about another $6,000, give or take. So now we're talking about $27,000 to $28,000 to make this work overall, plus my systems integrator's time to oversee this entire project. I'm forecasting, like, if I'm not even counting my time, we're probably going to be about $30,000 to $35,000 deep by the time this is like fully complete and done into the software in itself. Because again, right now it started as custom GPTs, then being transformed into a software. So that said, $35,000 give or take sounds like a lot of money, but when you divide that in, say, a year's time, this is what, let's say $3,000 a month, right? This is less than a full-time team member working with us. Like, if I look into how much more effective we've then been internally, and us being able to trim the fat, only keep the highest performing team members, and therefore enabling them to use AI to further, you know, power their work and just gain leverage in their day-to-day, helps me help them make more money, because I can pay them more now since we have less team members. And so they're more leveraged, they get paid more, but in my case, they also bring more money back to the business since they're more leveraged and they can take on more clients. And honestly, I'd say what worked better than expected is just putting my brain with my systems integrator's brain into making all of those agents happen. Probably took right around the time that I had planned, which is very rare. And when we start making these projects happen, it took about 30 days. What went not as well, I'd say, is like really prompting the AI to give us quality outputs. It's always a difficulty to get like super high quality outputs. Hence why we still train our clients and even our team members on like marketing fundamentals, so they can spot any mistakes that the AI might make, at least at this stage, again, in kind of beta stage that we have it in right now. This not only had no negative client impact, I'd even say it had positive impacts, because now both agency clients are like, wow, you know, you guys have your own technology you're using internally. So this is not only sexy, but this is, you know, we like the fact that you guys are investing into the future, right? Into what we also see AI becoming. And then our inner circle clients are also like, well, we like that you can license this to us so that we can implant this in our own businesses too. So it's had nothing but positive impact, I'd say, within the clientele so far. And so having said that, again, I strongly invite you to sign up to the waitlist of the Ad Engine AI software that we're currently building out. Our clients that are a part of the Ad Engine inner circle are going to have first dibs on it. The link is going to be in the description down below if ever you're interested in joining that inner circle, which, you know, you're going to be able to work one-on-one with me, my entire ad team right here, have an 8-figure advertiser, you know, help you scale your paid ads, nail your offer funnel, business positioning, name it, right there. So do check this out in the description down below. And with that said, stay tuned for more progress updates on us kind of really transitioning out our internal fulfillment systems to AI, as I'll be sharing more updates on the channel as we progress through this journey. So do check out other videos on the channel for some more useful marketing tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.